Oh, we're live!
What
Hey,
is
everybody!
Up? Hey!
Happy nude, dears! Happy New Year! Oh, did I lose one of my antennas?
Did you not bring the flutes?
The flutes?
The flutes!
Oh,
the flutes!
Oh, yeah, the cups. I forgot to bring those.
That's fine. We'll get them in a second.
Yeah, I'll get them in a second. I lost my antenna off my little hat. Now I feel
Sucks to suck.
there was two of them, and now there's only one.
You're a broken Andorian.
How did they grow back?
Do they?
Yeah, the Andorian little antennas grow
I
back.
haven't gotten that far yet.
Oh, look who's here. Emily's here.
Should
Hey,
we
Emily.
do the intro?
Hey, everyone. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Steven. This is 60 Cycle Hum, the guitar buying, selling, trading, modding, fixing, breaking, reviewing, playing podcast. Sorry, Emily, I didn't include you in our intro. Because I'm a bastard and a misogynist.
I don't know if we can hear you, Emily. You looked like you were talking and then nothing happened. No audio from Emily, but we can see her. We're going to do a different kind of episode. We're still going to do some ads and topics and stuff like that. But it's kind of an open invitation for people to join if they want to. Make it a party. Historically, like New Year's episodes are kind of the least viewed anyways. So might as well have some fun with it, right?
Exactly.
Michael looks like he's trying to join, but it doesn't look like anything is joining. I'm gonna go grab those cups real quick. You go ahead and open up one of those champagnes. I'll be right back.
Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you.
Good.
But it's you know what it is? I think StreamYard is like gating you anytime Ryan or I talk.
That's fine. It's y'all's show. What it was StreamYard defaulted to a different microphone.
Ah.
My webcam mic, and that's no good. All
right, I'm back with my broken hat and some cups.
You didn't find your other antenna there?
No, I didn't look for it. I'm not going to dick with that thing. So Steve right now is opening a $90 bottle of champagne.
So I'm supposed to point this at your face when I take it off, right?
And then we've also got a cheap Corbel bottle here that was left at my house probably over a year ago. And we'll see how they compare. Oh, yeah, and we're wearing tuxedos.
Nice. Where did you? Wow, that is not how you open champagne.
Do I look like the kind of person who drinks champagne?
Go get some paper towels. See, there's some on the workbench over there.
You need to get a towel and put it over, hold it, and then quickly move the cork away.
Super rich Steve, you're supposed to know how to open champagne.
You spilled like $17 worth of champagne.
Basically. Oh, wow. My God, Steve. Well, there's New Year's for you. You brought it in style. It smells good. Now I'm going to be all sticky. I saved your notebook, Steve.
That's the second liquid I've spilled on myself tonight.
Oh, gross, dude.
Because earlier there was the soup.
Earlier there was the soup. That's true. There was the soup. Yeah. Keep it away from my computer, Steve. Let's see if I can open the Corbel better, more gracefully.
Please get a towel. Get a towel, put it over. No, guys.
All I've got is this paper towel.
Fine, that's fine. That'll be fine. Put it over the top. No, that's not okay, fine. It worked though.
I did it.
That's not what I meant at all.
Fine, I did it.
Wow. Listen, guys, my 4-year-old niece can open a bottle of champagne better.
Here's what I want to do. I want us to take a little sip of the cheap stuff first. And then we'll try the expensive stuff and see how it compares. And also, we've got some $10 caviar here as well. I've never had caviar before. Happy New Year, Steve.
Ew, caviar, man. Those sweet, sweet sturgeon eggs.
It tastes like champagne. I've never been a lover of champagne. I don't really like how bubbly it is. But then I realized today I've only ever had the cheap stuff. I've never had fancy champagne.
I'm confused
because you've only had champagne.
I've had champagne. So I bought a $90 bottle of champagne. And if this isn't good, then I just don't like champagne, right?
I'm just
I think it's
confused
one of those acquired tastes.
because when I was a kid, I was always told that if it wasn't Corbel, it wasn't champagne. So
If it's not, there's like a certain kind of grape, but otherwise it's just sparkling.
that was like Corbel's slogan in like the 90s when they used to run television commercials.
I gave you a better pour than I poured for myself.
It definitely looks different.
Better. I don't know why, but it does look. It felt like it poured better than the cheap stuff.
It smells different.
There we go.
Bing.
That does taste better. It tastes more refined.
It's much cleaner.
It is much cleaner.
Man, Eric, someone named Eric is just going real hard on you guys in the chat.
It's okay.
That's what he usually does. Sassy joined.
Hey,
Welcome, Sassy. We got Sassy Cat's
Hello.
figured out today. He's been blocked from the channel accidentally. So we had to figure that out. We'll get to an ad here in a minute, but let's pop this caviar that we got. $10 caviar.
That's $10 of caviar, huh?
$10 of caviar. We didn't have any crackers. You're supposed to spend it on a cracker. So I made some tortilla chips. So we're going to do caviar.
Okay, I'm getting 2 audio streams coming in over my phone at the same time, and I'm not sure what's up with that. Let me back out and try again.
Sure. You got to close out your YouTube or something. There we go. It's hard to scoop it with the chip. We need to use the spoon. I brought an ice cream spoon.
That's nice. That's cute.
Oh, I spilled it already. The table's going to be a mess after this.
You're spilling all the expensive stuff.
I know. It's not wet. I thought it would be wet. It's dry and it falls all over the place. All right. I've never had caviar, especially I never thought I'd have caviar on a tortilla chip. It's my first time.
This used to be Tortilla Man. Tortilla Man's dead.
Whoa, that's salty.
Yeah, I've heard it's salty. I've never had it.
Whoa, that is salty and fishy. Oh boy.
Does it taste like the ocean?
It tastes like the smell of the fish eggs that you use for trout bait.
I mean, that's what it is.
That's what it is. Oh my gosh. Steve bought 2 of those for some reason. Now we've got 2 jars of $10 caviar. And
I need it again.
you keep going. I think I'm done.
I mean, it's weird, but
It is
weird.
Can you describe the mouthfeel of the caviar?
Well, the texture of it is fine. I'm totally fine with that. It's, like a light popping sort of sensation. It's a small bubble in your mouth. But the flavor definitely tastes like the smell of trout bait, for sure. Rowan has joined. Now that I've had $10 caviar, now I want to know how it compares to the expensive stuff. I have a feeling the expensive stuff is still fishy and salty.
Wait, is there cheap caviar? Is because $10 for a little bottle doesn't feel cheap.
That's still not cheap. I think like the expensive stuff is like $100 or $200 or something like that.
I got it at Vaughn's.
Yeah, this came from the Miracle Vaughn's.
Vaughn's.
It's a grocery store here in
Safeway.
Safeway. It's
Albert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Albert's, yeah. I'm familiar. Do they carry secret aardvark at Vaughn's?
Secret aardvark. What is secret aardvark?
It's a hot sauce.
I don't know.
I do their marketing.
Oh, I see. That's why you know them.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we do an ad? You guys can all join us for an ad. I meant to pull up a different one.
Let's do an ad.
Here we go. This moist guitar right here.
What?
This sold, by the way. Sold horrible, moist Legacy Les Paul for 20 pounds. That's not very heavy for a Les Paul.
Yeah.
This guitar is horrendous. Originally, I was going to smash it up, but found it oddly endearing. Like your first car, it's a piece of shit, but it's your first piece of shit.
It's your piece of shit.
It's had a neck break that has been badly repaired several times. No control cavities, dents, scratches, stickers. It says no control. What does that mean? No control cavities. It has control cavities. It just doesn't have controls. Dent, scratches, stickers, been sanded over, etc. Oh, the word moist has been taped onto the back of it too.
Maybe I think it's supposed to be maybe no control covers, no control cavity covers.
Okay.
Well, there's also only one control total. It doesn't have a knob. It looks like it's just the one volume. Unless it's just the one tone, which would be funny.
I want it to be with just one tone.
Okay, it goes on to say, the only reason it's 20 pounds and not firewood is because of the iron gear rolling mill that's in the bridge position. Oh, that's the pickup. Wired to a single volume pot. Nice sounding pickup. In all honesty, oops. In all honesty,
Spoilers.
I love this monstrosity with some TLC to the neck or maybe just some more wood glue. I don't know. You might find its charm too. Pickup only. I want to see the look on your face when I hand you this butchered slab of wood that you just paid 15 pounds for. Whoa! Price decreased by the end of the ad. It went from 20 to 15.
He's anticipating your counter and his counter to your counter.
Right. Hey, man, I'll give you $10. He's like, nah, 15. He already knew that was going to happen. So
That was the number.
he led with it. I mean, I don't know how that translates. What is that, like 30 US bucks?
Something like that.
These days, maybe in the post-COVID economy, after inflation and everything, it's 3,000 liters of go juice. I don't know.
I think that after Brexit, it's more comparable to the dollar.
I forgot about Brexit.
Is it?
Yeah, they're having their own political apocalypse over there.
It's $27.
Brexit, guys, it's pronounced breakfast.
I was pretty close then. $27 is close to $30, and that's what I get. Not bad. Not bad.
I would have gone over 30.
I'll drink to that.
I'd pay $27.
Now that I've had $90 champagne, I don't think I can ever go back to that cheap swill I was accustomed to before. The champagne we're drinking is worth 3 times the cost of this guitar.
Well, if you go by the 15 pounds at the end, it's only $20.51.
Ah.
Oh, right. The 15 pounds.
What do you think, Steve? Would you go buy this moist guitar for $27?
Yeah.
And
then what would you do, Steve? Sassy's got a point.
I mean, I think this church is as is.
Yeah, you play this at church. I mean, the front of it is kind of fun with those big like X marks on it.
Yeah.
You church it as is, and then when everyone is, passing around the offering bucket or taking communion, you just lift up the back to show it off and be like moist. People will get it. But
it would be upside down. Like if you do the whole like flip it up like that while you're playing it, would be upside down.
That is a problem. You're gonna have to incorporate a series of mirrors to make it work.
Like LISIOW is what it would vaguely look like.
Yeah, it's got to be Latin, right? That's got to mean something in Latin.
Yeah.
It's Lysiu.
Why did they write it upside down? Because that's what when you write something on the back, you're supposed to be able to flash it to the audience. You're supposed to like have applause there or something like that, or thank you, or it just says merch is in the back is a common one people write.
When you start taping moist to the back of your guitars, I don't think you get that far in the planning.
You're not thinking ahead.
It's like a reminder. So this is a dude who's like just like really like needs to invest in a vino. He needs a constant reminder to treat his ashy elbows. He's playing. He's been playing guitar for hours. He like takes a break and he looks down and he goes, "Moist. Oh yeah, hold on.
I was feeling kind of dry.
All right, I'm back in business."
Turn on the humidifier tonight, boys.
I'm texting my wife to come get some champagne. She's like, "You better not drink that all without me. I want to have some $90 champagne."
Yes.
We got a super chat from Fret Level Midnight, one of the better usernames out there. I bought 2 Most Guy 250Xs to stack thanks to you. Poor man's version of the 5050. Exactly. At Emily, do you consider the Framus television to be an offset? Question for you.
That is. I'm Googling it. Yeah,
Well,
it's definitely an offset.
You're supposed to be the offset expert over there, getting offset all the time. I'll have to look it up later. I'm not going to
Getting
do it.
offset on camera all day, every day. Now that's an offset. The waist is more than 10 degrees off.
More. It's got to be 10 degrees, huh? That's the deciding factor. So a slightly offset waist isn't enough. It's got to be the right amount of offset.
I mean, straps are technically offsets, but they're not like enough to be noticeable, really.
Right.
So,
well, do we have anything else to say about this ad before we retire it?
just like, why that word? Of all the words, why the one that makes me wince every time I hear it?
You know what? If you're gonna be punk rock, you've got to go for the most offensive word you can find. And you know what? All the 4-letter words out there, they're all commonplace now. So you got to go for the one that's going to get the most reaction. That's got the most visceral kick to it. And moist is pretty high up there.
I wonder if there's an American swear word that the Brits find as offensive as we find "see you next Tuesday." Yeah.
I always heard that bollocks is like actually carries a ton of weight. And to our American ear, when we hear a British person say bollocks, it just sounds kind of cute. Like, that's a cute little phrase. But then over there, it's like, it's a lot heavier.
They don't like it when you call pants either.
All right, we're done with this ad.
Trousers. They're trousers. Not pants. They're trousers.
Pants are their panties, I think. They're drawers.
Weird. Pants.
I once played a gig where I wore a tank top. Pretty normal thing to wear in Southern California.
Okay.
And after the gig, this lady came up to me and was like, I don't understand why you're wearing your underwear for a concert. And it's like, it's like a printed tank top. It's not just like a normal tank top. It's like clearly a tank top that you wear. All right, my wife has joined. She's got the 2-year-old. Here, I'll hold Edith. You have a sip, honey.
Oh, that's a blonde baby.
It's a blonde baby. And she got her mother's curls, too. You're supposed to be asleep. Edith is supposed to be asleep.
Kids these days staying up past their bedtime.
My wife is trying the $90 champagne. Does it taste like $90? No, she says.
Does it taste like 40?
Does it taste like $1,000?
It sounds like it tastes like somebody poured a bunch of water into a glass of champagne.
She says it tastes watered down.
It's not strong enough.
I feel like that's the quality about it that makes it better than the Corbel.
Take a swig of the Corbel off the bottle and see how it compares.
I'm definitely getting COVID now.
Don't drink that champagne. Don't drink that champagne.
She made a face for the Corbel. Not a good face. She made a wince face.
So it sounds like you two as a family do not like champagne.
No, we're more into wine and beer, and I like the hard liquor.
I mean, champagne is wine, but
I bet you'd like caviar. You'd probably like caviar.
I think the daughter wants some caviar.
Fix her a chip.
Fix her a chip.
What are you doing?
She doesn't want to be on camera. Lauren doesn't want to be on camera right now. Ever since the horribly disfiguring accident, she didn't have a disfiguring accident.
No, I was saying you should give the cracker with the caviar to your daughter.
She would probably like that too. Edith, you want to try? We'll try a little bit on there, if it'll get on there. There's just a couple little eggs on there.
I don't know if there was enough.
What's the verdict?
She wants more chip. What do you think? What do you think of the champagne now, honey? It's not caviar. What did you think of the caviar? It's salty fish, is what she says. All right, now you've tried it. I'll pass you back. Eat it. We're having a loose episode over here, guys. Say bye, Edith.
Good night, Edith.
Good night.
Good night.
Stay grounded. Oh, wait, no, that's not us. That's them.
We just got another super chat. Huge thanks for the super chats, guys. It's from Corey Dawn. Just wanted to share a happy New Year's to everyone. I found Ryan and this channel during COVID, switched over from Facebook to share. Peace. Thanks, man. Thanks, Corey. We really appreciate the super chats.
Good man.
I don't have any desire to eat any more caviar. I'm cured of any curiosity for caviar. Steve is piling it on there, though. Jeez, that one was thick with caviar. He loves the stuff, apparently. I like seafood, but it's just a little bit too fishy for me, I think.
Just tastes like drinking the ocean.
Yeah. How are you guys as drinking the ocean? Jeez, Steve. How are you guys as New Year's going so far? We're thick into 2021 already.
I mean, I went for a run. I did some work. I played some Pokemon with my husband, and I played some guitar. So it's been a pretty aces day.
Time to wrap up the year. Sounds good. Don't want to
Yeah,
let
I'd like to end it on a high note.
Yeah.
You gotta start it with a positive jam, though. It's one thing to start it with a positive jam. It's another thing to see it all through.
I asked Sassy how his year's going, and he pieces out. What about you, Ronan?
I just sort of chilled out today. There's not much to do nowadays. On a day like today. But yeah, played guitar and hung out for a little bit. I'm glad you guys are live streaming today. I was like watching them. They're fun.
So far, it sounds like the year's pretty good. I think we should call it a year.
Yeah.
Before it gets away from us, Let's move on to 2022 and call it a day. Call it a year. Call it a day. The year that was a day long. How's everyone's Christmas? Steve, the last time we recorded, Steve, it was before Christmas.
If you say so. Sure.
How did your Christmas go?
Good. I don't know. I don't remember Christmas. When was Christmas? Oh, this isn't Christmas for me, but I still haven't played it. I'm kind of frustrated.
We should just be doing what's new. What's new, Steve?
My father-in-law got a Gretsch 20. I think it's a 2622. It's a streamliner with a Bigsby.
Oh, nice.
So it's like the Korean or Chinese, whatever they're making them, wherever they're making them now. Semi-hollow, and it's like the thinner body style. But I haven't played it yet. Every time I go over, I just look at it and I'm like, it's new. I had no qualms about like just grabbing his Ovations that was sitting around forever. But this one's brand new. Like,
what color is it?
It's blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, your favorite color of guitar.
Well, I tried a blue streamliner. I wonder if it's the same one.
Oh, yeah. There's probably a pretty good chance that it was the same.
Not the same exact one, Steve. Like the same model. Come on. We a little behind the scenes. Steve and I recorded our long December episode right before this, and we might have put away a Twisted Tea each during that 15-minute little video that we did.
Did Steve show you Andrew Renard from Fox Cairo's parody topper? It was he did a Twisted Tea volume pedal topper.
I haven't.
A joke.
Yeah.
Them, but.
There is a Fox. What she just said. There's a Fox Cairo Twisted Tea pedal topper.
Oh, is there? That's perfect.
That is. I mean, but it's like a take on it. It's like it's the Big Johnson T-shirt of Twisted Tea, but it's woke.
It's. That's one way to put it, I guess. I'm trying to remember if there's anything new going on in my life. I launched the High Spirit Guitars video today, and I'm honestly super stoked about how well received it was, this guitar. So go watch that video if you haven't. A little backstory, a little sad story is while I was recording the video, it slipped out of my hands and hit the edge of the table, and I actually dinged this guitar.
I hope you don't have to return it.
I do have to return it. So that's kind of a huge bummer. There, I don't know if you can see that.
Oh,
name.
yeah, you can see it.
Wow.
Yeah. Thankfully, Connor is super cool about it. And he's like, that happens. It's like, no, dude, I feel sick to my stomach. The good news is that I was filming it when it happened, so I will be able to publish that to Instagram or something as a blooper. But I drop it on the table and then I just like hang my head in shame and like swear to myself for like a good 10 or 15 minutes. I've never done that in a video before, like damaged something that isn't mine or even mine. I've never damaged something that was mine even in a video. And so I feel a little bit sick about it.
Oh, I have a thought to damage something that's yours.
Oh, great. Here we go. Damage something.
In an upcoming video.
Why not this video?
That's like such a.
I don't know what you're looking for. You want to just say what it is?
I'm looking for the new pedal that you got teased on Instagram. I don't think anyone knows.
The new pedal that I teased on Instagram.
You bought a pedal locally.
Oh, it's
Right.
it's over there. I bought an OCD. Yeah, it's on the other
I'm
side.
thinking after you make whatever videos you want to do with it, we just
explode it.
Maybe we softball it off of your deck. I got a couple wood bats in my closet. I'll bring one over.
My son wants to do another video. I was thinking of just taking the case apart and letting him paint it and have that be a video.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Make it wholesome, you know?
That'd be better than getting it smashed by me.
Right.
It's less fun for me.
Less fun for you. Yeah. Also, this I don't know if you looked at those cases, Steve. It's a pretty beefy case on those OCDs. Probably one of the best, highest quality cases ever made in the history of ever. It's gonna wreck your bat if you hit that with a bat, Steve. You have faith in your bat.
I'm not worried about the bat. It's made out of wood and it costs like $25. So.
Okay.
$25 bat versus $90. Or actually, those are like a $130 new. There's your clickbait title. There's your clickbait title right there.
$20 bat versus
$20 bat versus $130 guitar pedal.
I paid $80 for it. And before anyone gets angry at me for buying an OCD, a full tone OCD, I did buy it from a person of color. So,
God, right?
Jason is joining. Hey, Jason.
Hey, how's it going?
Will this stack any better on a different setup?
There we go.
That's better.
I mean, one of those bottles.
We're gonna have to scooch in closer together, though.
Yeah, Steve and I are too far apart. Here we go. I'm in there. Steve, you got to scooch. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How you guys doing?
How's your new Gears day
Pretty
going?
good. Dude, it was awesome. I was watching your video today and bought one of those guitars.
Oh yeah. I'm honestly so stoked that happened. I was like, man, I was telling my wife, like, oh, I was premiering the video and someone bought a guitar before it was even done premiering, and I feel so accomplished now. I feel like a good demo boy.
That probably lessened the blow of dropping the guitar.
What was that?
Probably lessened the blow for the builder.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm honestly really amazed. Like the feedback that I got, there was like 2 or 3 people that jumped into the comments and was like, oh, I own 1 or 2 of these guitars and they're the best guitars I own. And it meant a lot to me to have people confirming what I was experiencing with them, that they're just really fun guitars, and to help kind of like back up, what I was experiencing, I guess. Steve.
Yeah. Do you want to add one more in, or are we waiting for a camera to come up?
Yeah, there's no camera on Nick, but we'll add him and maybe he'll finally connect.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Nick.
Hi. Nick. What's up?
You got a Jaguar there.
Yes, sir. I just got it for Christmas. It's a Squire. It's the new 70s one.
Nice.
And it's all right, but I'm kind of like PO'd because there's glue on it from the factory.
What?
On the fretboard. Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, wait, hold on. Let me try to show it. Look, you see that?
Oh yeah, like a kind of a spot of glue.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's.
What the hell?
It plays. It came up set up nice. Damn. But
what?
Oh,
it came.
He is glitching out so humorously hard.
Am I back?
You're back. It looked like you threw your computer in the toilet.
Yeah, it looks like that often.
Mm-hmm.
But it came with a Mustang bridge, so it sounds pretty cool. It's not in tune.
I wonder if there's anything you can do about that glue, like if you hit it with a little bit of mineral spirits or rubbing alcohol or something, if it'll come off.
I have this stuff called like, I forget what it's called, but it's like, it's called a wood gold or something. Gold wood, I forget, but it's like something you use to like condition wood, and it makes it look good. Like
I think you know what you're
Scott's
talking
liquid
about.
gold.
Liquid gold.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I have, and I use it on like guitars. But yeah, this thing pretty dope. It's cool.
Dude,
Is that Sonic Blue or Daphne Blue or?
It says Daphne Blue, and it's you can't find it on the Squire website. I think it's like a Guitar Center special limited edition because you can't find this colorware except Guitar Center. But yeah, it's Daphne.
The Squire ones are super tight though because you get a bound fretboard on those, and you don't get those unless you pay like $2,000 for the American originals. So
yeah, I was thinking about swapping the neck on this because I don't really like the block and ice. I was thinking like a 65 Jaguar. It's like a 64 neck.
You should swap on like the Jackson neck and get like those shark fin inlays. A screw block. You want the shark fins on a Jaguar with a locking nut. Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I'm drunk. I'm drunk on twisted tea and champagne. That's what's wrong with me.
That's a great combo. Straight from the gas station combo right there.
So far, I've got about $35 worth of booze in my gut, and it's mostly champagne because I think only about $3 of it is twisted tea.
Hold on, I'm staring at Jason's feed now because Michael Krause says Jason's cat is stalking him, and now I'm looking for the cat.
No,
I saw someone moving around back there. Was it a cat or was it a person?
Oh, there's a person down there.
You see a person behind you. Jason, the call is coming from inside the house.
Jason's not even paying attention.
Get out! Get out!
No, my boy's down there playing on his Xbox, and the cat's been playing in the window.
There you go. Steve, I've been meaning to ask you. Do you have any new Gears resolutions?
Dude, okay, so I got 2 pedal boards I want to put together. I think I mentioned both of these before, but who's typing?
Jason is typing so furiously, I just had to mute him.
Clickety, clickety, click.
He's writing a dissertation.
He's in the chat.
Oh. Okay, so you're wiring together 2 boards.
One of the
term papers due Monday.
One of them is my.
Here's a wrong pass, man. No more papers.
Is my all big ear board. I'm gonna have an all big ear board. I've just I go back and forth with this. And I've realized, like, people do these things where, I got the problem that I have. I'm going to take up the whole here.
Yeah.
The problem. Let me use my hand for this. The problem that I have is that I get real. I don't want to call it hype. Like I'm just like get really excited about brands, and so I have all of the current big ear pedals, and I want to put them all on the same board at the same time, but it only have big ear pedals on that board. So that's one of the things I want to do this year. And really, like it's the Loaf, which is a
nice burp, Steve. Happy New Year.
Which is the medium gain fuzz, the Woodcutter, which is a super versatile rat style distortion based on a Woodcutter label rat. I have the L reverb and the Albi, right? So 4 pedal board, and I just want to put that all on the same board and have it's like a perfect mini board, right?
You could find one of those delay pedals used too, couldn't you?
I have seen the Z delay here and there. So I could find that. And then I could also, I every once in a while, I see a Chaka pop up on used. So I could chase one of those.
Oh, what you really need is
What I don't have is the Black Betty White.
what you need is to play it with us.
I have one of those sort of.
I have one of the shakes. I still need to film it. I feel so awful because Grant has sent me stuff like he sent me the shake and he sent me obviously the Stevis and Burkhead.
The Stevis and Burkhead.
And I've never gotten around to putting it together. I need to do that this year. That's my New Gear's resolution is to finally put that thing together.
So the other all brand board that I want to do is I have everything except a fuzz. I guess I don't have a fuzz or a chorus from Caroline. So that's my other all brand board.
You've been gathering the Caroline stuff for a long time.
You don't have the somersault?
I do not have the somersault. I have the parabola.
Those are different pedals.
No,
parabola.
Most people don't have the I have the tremolo. Everyone else has the chorus, it seems like. So that's where I'm at. That's my gear goal for 20. My gear goal for the entire year is to spend half an hour slapping patch cables and pedals onto a board.
I think my gear goal this year is to tighten my collection of stuff to be mostly things that I really sincerely, deeply enjoy. And like have more like like I really like a lot of my cheaper guitars, but I kind of want to lean into my nicer guitars and filter out stuff that I don't feel super connected with and have more like a rotating spot for cheap stuff to come in and out, you know? I can still hear you. Fix it, Steve. I can still hear you chewing. You have to
crunch.
You guys could probably hear me chewing too when I was chewing it.
I will say last year my
we gotta close up this caviar. It stinks.
Does it? I don't know. I'm barely smelling anything. I can't taste anything. So I don't know what that says about me.
I gotta clean this up. It smells like trout bait in here.
Here.
Okay. Got $1 million idea here for you, Steve. Now consider this. Get Grant to build you a monster pedal that's got all of his pedals inside the same case. So that way you don't need a pedal board because everything's there in the one pedal, and it can even have a power supply in there too. You're done.
There's some company in Minneapolis that does that, and it's kind of a funny idea. I don't know if they're still in business.
That stuff stinks.
I can't hear anything.
So you can't taste, smell, or hear.
I took my headphones off.
Yeah, if I get COVID, I'm gonna slam down all that caviar because I won't be able to taste it. Yeah. Robert wants to know if it was refrigerated, and it from the store it wasn't, but then I put it in the fridge in ice when Steve got here, so it was cold. But man, I just don't think I'm into it. I just don't think I'm into that fishy. I'm fine with the salt level. I'm just not into that fishiness. This is very fishy.
I think maybe 10 years ago, you actually gave me a bag of salmon because it was too fishy.
Might have.
You're like, oh, there's something weird about this. It's really fishy. I'm like, dude, give that to me.
Was it just wild salmon that tasted like how salmon's supposed to taste?
No, it was farmed salmon that tasted the way that farm salmon tastes when it's too fishy. I love wild salmon. I will eat a salmon like a bear standing in the river naked, just chewing on the side of it. You give me a wild salmon, and I'm just gonna tear that thing apart, like cut them all. But there's something about some of the like farmed salmon that has a odd fishy taste to me that I don't like.
Yeah.
I like fishy tastes when they're the right kind of fishy, you know? That caviar is the wrong kind of fishy for me.
Have you had sea urchin?
I have.
Is this? Oh yeah, that tastes like the ocean.
Yeah, it tastes a lot like the ocean. It's a textural thing to me. I don't really like that texture so much.
Is this a guitar podcast?
I don't know anymore.
60 cycle yum.
It's more of a guitar podcast than the Gear Slum is usually. So there's that. Oh, shots fired! Pew, 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 pew.
They're not here to defend themselves, Ryan.
I know.
I wish they were.
One day if they were.
I wish those good boys would join on.
So
and
the
hang out
other
with
thing I
us.
was going to say is one of my 2020 gear goals, less of a gear goal, more of just a life goal, was to make more videos.
Hi, Sky.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And
just getting drunk.
We're gonna have to make some
Awesome.
because next week is when I'm taking my NAM week off and gonna try to. We were talking about.
Is that next week?
That's not next week.
The week after.
The
next
week
week.
after next. Week.
Gotcha.
So the week of the 11th.
Virtual NAM?
No, personal NAM.
So Steve is going to take some days off. Oh, this is the bottom of the bottle. Do you want a little bit before I clean it up? Steve is going to take some days off for us to actually film some stuff with him playing over here. We're going to make some proper content with some long guitar. So that's what Steve is talking about.
It's still gonna suck.
It's gonna suck. But at least I'll be able to edit it and take out most of the sucky parts and leave in some of the less sucky parts, but they're still gonna suck. There's nothing left of our video feed. Like we have to be on each other's laps right now, Steve. If we're sitting there. It's pretty cute. That's adorable.
Adorable.
Well, Steve, you can move on to the Corbell if you want.
Yes. The good stuff. We got the good stuff, guys.
The good stuff. If it's not Corbell, it's not champagne, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that I'll go full screen to say this. I think that now that I've had the good stuff, I think I'm done with champagne. I think I've decided I never need to have champagne ever again. I would just rather spend my time drinking booze that I enjoy a lot more.
Look at this color difference.
I know it's
Oh my god, which is
very
which?
different looking. The
Which
bubbles
is-
are different too.
Yeah.
The
I'm
expensive
guessing Steve's is the cheap one.
it is.
Oh god.
And
There's-
like yours is a bottom pour, so it's not like, and mine's a top pour, so it's not like
Yeah, it's not like one is fresher and one isn't.
And
That's
the good stuff was
amazing.
even the one that I friggin' foamed all over the table.
Yeah, you did. Steve gave my table a champagne facial. Disgusting.
Oh.
I know. I'm sorry
Did
I went
you really
there.
say that?
Yeah.
What a waste.
That was
We're canceled.
that was a gross thing that was a trend years back. That was like this party culture thing of just I don't even want to say it again.
Hashtag cancel Ryan.
All right.
No.
Yeah, I bought an OCD pedal this week. I just said that. I'm canceling myself, guys.
Oh, dude, you're all sorts of
Hold on, Sky, I'm trying to figure out your shirt because what I'm reading is thank you for Venom.
Yes, hello. My Chemical Romance.
Oh,
Any NPR fans in the chat?
thing that I'm too old to understand.
Steve, we played with them.
Technically, we did play when
Stop. Okay, go into detail. I'm sorry. I'm sure there's a whole thing going on right now before I got here, but like I need to hear the story.
No, you're fine. I don't know that reference because I know very few My Chemical Romance references.
You guys aren't that much older than me. I'm 28. How old are you guys?
I'm going to be 40 this year. Steve is a couple of years younger.
I will be 37.
They're old millennials, and you're a young millennial.
Yeah,
Exactly.
My
Do we have any Zoomers in the chat? Zoomers, millennials. You guys there?
I'm gonna guess Nick, maybe Ronan. They look young.
Nick
Oh,
got
he's peaced out.
This generation sucks. Holy crap. Man.
we
I'm
Steven-
18, but everybody else my age is just, oh my God. It's
Yeah,
But that's
what
just being
everybody
18.
thinks. That's what everybody thinks when they're a teenager.
Yeah.
The kids are all
Nah, but like, oh my God. I'm proud to say I've never downloaded TikTok on my phone.
TikTok was fun. Today I saw a video of a cat that was wearing a bolo
not
tie. It
with-
made my
Oh
day.
my God.
Hey,
Wait,
let's-
Nick, do you
right
not know Twuba then? Like, does anyone
Huh?
here know Twuba? She's
Oh,
a
what?
she's a YouTuber. Twuba? TWOOBA.
Tuba's wild.
She's amazing. You guys should have her guest. I'm sorry. I have to plug that right now. She's hilarious.
You think we could have her as a guest? I'm pretty sure
Oh, absolutely.
she's bigger than us at this point.
Yeah, but she would do it. She would
I'll hit her
definitely
up.
do it.
Yeah, I'll have her on for sure.
Oh my god, I would love that.
Maybe you
Yes.
can have us on. I'd like to do that.
Are you wanting to do a 7-way album review right now, Ryan? Is that what you're setting up
I
for?
think we should. Steve and I listened to an album to review.
This is a generational album. This is an album that if you
And
haven't,
Ronan's back. Just really quick.
Yes.
Don't know if he's
Ronan.
a Zoomer or not.
This is going to overlay super funny over everyone, but here we go. Steve and I listened to OK Computer by Radiohead.
I've never heard of this band before.
Radiohead must be a foreign band. Down.
Wow.
She does not like OK Computer.
Radiohead is the one band that if I hear them on the radio, I will change the station every single time.
I'm with you, Emily. I can't stand Radiohead.
Pretentious wankery.
What's up with the problem with Radiohead?
Wow.
I don't like it.
Emily hates them.
I hate them. I don't want to know. I feel like I like the mystery of it. What did you think, Steve? Was this your first time listening to OK Computer in its entirety?
No, it was like my second time, I think. So here's the thing is I was one of those people that paid $0 for In Rainbows. Let me know if you were old enough to know what I'm talking about.
That was in 2007 or 2008.
They gotta pay your own price for In Rainbows, right? Well, I paid $0. So that's kind of my go-to for Radiohead. This is my second time listening through, my first time really paying attention. Actually, on the way over here, I was listening to The Bends because I'd never listened to that album before. My opening note was I don't listen to this album too often, but I think this is, I said third or fourth listen. I said this album is both perfected and fails because of Tom York.
I can't with that dude. I can't.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So, normally when we do these album reviews, the thing that Ryan says is, well, do you think I liked it? And this one, I think, is extremely predicated on whether or not you can put up with Tom York.
I can.
I was totally fine with it. I enjoyed it. At the end of it, I was like, yeah, I wouldn't ever like sit down and be like, oh, I got to listen to OK Computer again. I've got to listen to another Radiohead album from start to finish. It's fine, but I enjoyed it while I was listening to it. I didn't hate it. I think with Radiohead and various other bands over the years, a lot of times I just have a natural like pushback against it because it just becomes, it's the band that the most annoying people in the world love. It's kind of like Rick and Morty fans, where it's like you can like Rick and Morty, but the fans can be atrocious, sort of situation. And Radiohead fans can definitely be annoying people. Radiohead is kind of it's the Beatles and Pink Floyd for Gen X rolled together.
I don't like either of those bands either.
But it carries that kind
Gen
of
X.
Anyone gonna stand for Radiohead in here? We need a Radiohead stand.
It carries.
That's a not for me.
Look at the chat for that.
It carries that kind of. You don't get it because you just don't understand how arty it is. Kind of mentality from the hardcore fans. When in reality, like, it's fun. It's a fun listen. I like the various like kind of weirder things that happen throughout, the more disjointed things that happen, but it's not like Radiohead invented, disjointed, dissonant kind of out there sounds. They're using them, and I appreciate that. And there was a couple songs where it was like, wow, this was a radio song. This was on the radio, and there's some wild sounds going on in here, but it's not like it blew my mind or changed my life or anything like that.
I remember the Paranoid Android music video getting a ton of it's not airplay because it's a music video,
right?
A ton of TV play, I guess.
Well, that is played over the air.
That was like every 2 hours it was on.
Yeah, it was on whatever MTV, VH1, whatever channel.
And that song is so kind of long and meandering and has this weird bits. And I made a note like, wow, this was a popular song, and it's actually pretty out there for a radio song.
So Michael Krause says in the chat, Ben's was better though, perfect alt pop city. And that is kind of interesting, is that OK Computer, I've always was kind of Radiohead's, I won't say it's their first foray into experimental, but from what I've gotten through on the Benz, on Benz, is it the Benz? I don't know. Mercedes Benz.
It's not the Benz. It's not BENZ. is BENS. It's like Reese's Pieces. It's owned by Ben.
There was a band.
It's Ben's album.
There was a band called The Bens, and it was like Ben Folds.
Oh my god.
Ben Harper.
I don't think it was Ben Harper. But anyway, but there's like a couple tracks on the Bens where you're like, oh, this is. They basically took this track and made an entire album, and that album is OK Computer. OK Computer, of course, has the popular stuff. It has what did I say? It's got Creep, it's got Karma Police, but it's everything else on that album. You're just like,
was Creep on here? I didn't hear Creep come on.
Wasn't Creep on this one? No, it's not.
No.
Karma Police is
Karma Police for sure.
Oh, Ben Lee and Ben Queller. Grant / Karen knows.
That is a lot of Bens.
Ben Lee, Ben Queller, and Ben Folds were the Bens.
Ben. Yeah, I'm with Ryan.
I just want to say 9 Inch Nails did like the free album thing, and it was like a better album. And was it the same year or the year later? I was in high school.
Fragile? Yeah, the Fragile.
No, it was the free album.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Ghosts, right?
I think it was the Ghost.
Or the Slip? Not the Slip.
It's the Slip because I got that album too.
It's hard to fit in the screen.
I've just accepted the fact that I'm only half of a face.
We're both half the men we used to be in the screen.
Aww.
Dad
rock. No dad rock. No.
Suddenly we're in an STP review.
What are you talking about Radiohead? If we're not talking about dad rock, then what the hell are we talking about?
I like good dad rock, but I'm gonna take the Steve Malkmus L here. I'm just gonna be a dick.
Hell yes, Steve Malkmus. Hell yes, Pavement. I'd rather listen to Limp Bizkit than OK Computer.
Wow. Honestly,
they have hooks. Whatever, it's fun.
When I was listening to, and I agree, Limp Bizkit is underrated and got a bad reputation. Like I've said for a long time, Fred Durst is my homie. I'll be homies with Fred Durst.
What are your thoughts on Korn?
While I was listening to this album, I kind of wish I was listening to Oasis instead.
That's actually interesting, Ryan, because a question that I wrote down was, do we want to talk about how Coldplay is a less interesting Radiohead?
I always thought Coldplay was also a less good Travis, but they're also both very boring.
Yeah, Coldplay and Travis are both very boring. But also
Coldplay's got some bangers, though. Coldplay's got some good songs.
That's the first time I've ever heard someone.
Hey, we've got a Coldplay apologist in here. Where's the?
Listen, I'm just saying, they've got some fine stuff.
You know, they know how to make a song that people want to hear. Coldplay knows how to make a song that moms want to hear.
Inoffensive.
Clocks is a bad song.
Inoffensive music.
I like Coldplay for 2 albums.
I just like to watch that music video with all the monkeys in it.
So here's another note that I had, kind of going off the rails.
Like a crazy train?
Yes, exactly like a crazy train. I found OK Computer interesting in the context of, I guess, timeline, for lack of a better use. This album came out in 1997.
Mm-hmm.
The same month, so this album came out in May 1997. In May 1997, the Foo Fighters' Color and the Shape was released.
Wow.
Batman and Robin was in theaters.
You're taking me back. I feel like I'm living in that time.
Hanson's Middle of Nowhere was released in May 1997. And then in June 1997, Blink-182 released Dude Ranch and Sugar Ray released Pedalboard.
Holy hell.
Sugar Ray. I'd way
Not
rather
Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray. Yes, I'd rather listen to Sugar Ray than Radiohead.
Man, because my take is like Radiohead, this album I would listen to again. Color and the Shape, obviously Ryan and I have waxed poetic already about that album. Those other ones, I'm just like, oh yeah, leave those in 1997, please.
I mean, you take me
back. Sugar Ray's fun. That's fun, though.
You took me back to 1997. I am going to listen to Sugar Ray over Radiohead.
Yeah, in 1997.
No, exactly. In 1997, I'm going to ride around on a moped.
Listen, we're all Scooby-Doo fans here. We all watched Scooby-Doo in 2002. Sugar Ray was in there.
awesome article that it's about 1997 being the year that killed music, and it's all the music I love. It's all the music talking about being the bad music. It's
Jason, if you can find that article, send it to us because I want to read it.
You know what?
I'll post it. Yeah, I actually used it in a paper for school a few years ago.
You know, it's funny. I haven't thought about it in years, but around the early 2000s, I was telling people, like, I feel like the music that I actually liked, I feel like the music culture that I was connected to died right around 1997. And then after that, I didn't really like anything that came out for years. And then like somewhere like late 2000s, there started to be stuff on the radio again that was like, oh, okay, I can get into this. But it felt like something happened 97 where after that, like it just wasn't great for me.
That's the year that Zoomers started being born.
Dang.
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it.
It might be. I don't know.
Take a leak.
Oh shoot, Steve beat me to the bathroom. I've been thinking about taking a piss for like 10 minutes.
I mean, there's like 30 people here. I think we could manage with you guys both.
You guys want to run the show while Steve and I go and hold it for each other?
Yeah, Emily can take the lead. She knows what she's doing.
Can you kill the album cover though?
I don't know, Steve. I don't know if I trust Steve to shake me off properly. And I mean that in a fully
If it's more than 3 times, he's playing with it.
Exactly.
What was that
Okay,
band
Green
that
Day
had that
fans
song?
have entered the chat.
Good Charlotte. Shake it once,
Good
that's
Charlotte.
fine. Shake it
Oh,
twice,
God.
it's okay. Shake it 3 times, you're
You're
playing
playing
with
with
yourself.
yourself again.
That's the bridge of the song.
I listened to that
Why?
when I was like 10. When I was like in 5th grade, I was like, "Song's a banger." What?
That's
It was
something that
there.
you commit to a song. That's something you say to a friend as joking as they head to the bathroom when you're at a bar. Like, you don't commit that to a song. Like,
No, Good Charlotte. That was like a huge song, and then what? Billy married. I don't know,
Hillary
like
Duff.
Hillary Duff. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
totally mainstream. Even though he was like, there were songs about like eating the rich on that album. There was like a hint of it.
I mean, but that's like what you want to do when you're 16, 17, 18. They're
It's
also
almost
old.
obligatory.
I guess so. I'm giving them too much credit. I'm like, wow, class consciousness for
They were
Good
I
Charlotte.
like what you like.
if there's any connection
that
here,
song's awesome.
it's just a free association. But I knew someone back when I was in college or high school or something like that. I was listening to an album that had a cover on it. It was like a punk rock cover of a song. And they assumed that all punk rock covers were done by Sum 41 for some reason.
I love Sum 41. Sum
Right,
41's
Steve,
great.
shout me out. I'm going to go to the bathroom too.
Okay, Steve, you got a lot to live up to. We're talking about pop punk, homoeroticism, class consciousness within like early 2000s pop punk.
The
So
end of
just your thoughts.
capitalism.
Yes.
Wait, so I heard Ryan talking about Sum 41. Apparently, we're trashing on Green Day.
Listen, people were talking about jerking
American
off.
Idiot?
Yeah. Yes. Let's talk about American Idiot.
I always thought it was ironic.
Name is Limp Bizkit.
Do I need to move it to? Do I need to center myself? Oh, hey.
Nick knows what's good.
I always thought it was amusing that Green Day made an album called American Idiot at a point in their career where they were popular enough that they were basically bashing white suburban living while
And that was their
appealing
fans.
to only white suburban teenagers.
Exactly.
That's all punk pop though. It's all like anti-disestablishment stuff. Or disestablishment stuff, not anti.
Were they ever actually like punk? Like in the 90s or like late 80s? Like I always thought of them as pop punk.
Early 90s, maybe. Like probably before Dookie.
I think they made the argument that they weren't something I was you know what, I was listening to the Tone Jerks the other day, and which is another podcast, and they were talking about how Green Day basically they're just like a whatever band, like they've always kind of been all over the map, because they were talking about how the new album is it Father of something,
I don't know.
something about fathers. Fathers, be good to
Father
your
of mine?
daughter.
No.
No.
Remember how-
John Mayer?
Remember,
That song
What
is
is it?
weird, dude. He did not want that song to be a single, John Mayer, and I do not blame him.
It's a really, I mean, what's funny about him not wanting, hold on, let me finish this thought.
Do it.
So my biggest problem with the newest Green Day is that's whatever the Father of All, the first single off of that album is basically a White Stripes song. I'm like, I don't understand the point of this.
There are a lot of Green Day songs that sound like other songs, maybe a little bit.
Yeah. But at that point, I was like, now you're just, it's lo-fi. And I'm like, no, it's the White Stripes. Get over it.
You know what this champagne smells like?
Father of All Motherfuckers, apparently, is the
Steve.
Album name.
Steve, I want you to take a big sniff of the champagne. And while you're smelling it, realize that it smells like the inside of an airplane.
Dude, I don't fly that much. I don't know what the inside of an airplane
smells like airplane plastic.
The last time I flew, I was with you.
Don't drink that.
Does it smell like Ryan in a plane? I don't know.
It smells like me. It's, you know how like every in a plane kind of has that smell? That's what Corbell smells like.
I guess. It smells,
maybe that's why
you're saying it smells clean.
Maybe that's why airplanes smell that way, is because people have like just huge champagne parties with Corbell inside of airplanes.
Yeah.
And they get it all over the place.
Have you followed the Eve 6 Twitter?
It's so great.
Yes,
it's the best Twitter feed.
Yes,
I heard that it was good.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I love
like
his
the number
quote
one
about
reason to be on
Stephen
Twitter.
Jenkins from Third Eye Blind being it's almost benevolent how much of an asshole he is. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. He like
what's the question that they always ask?
Oh, do you like the Heart in a Blender song?
Do you like the Heart in a Blender song?
I love that was like one of my first favorite songs. I'm not even kidding.
Oh,
that is like a 90s.
I bought that CD with my first car.
Encapsulates what I like about music.
In 2005, right?
When did that song come out? Because I feel like that is like a 1997 song.
It's a 1997 song. That's when I turned 16 and bought my first car.
I knew it. That's a 1997 song, and everything after that changed, and it wasn't the same anymore.
Are you saying everything changed?
Watch it next
Taylor Swift
Oblivion. Rendezvous, and I'm through with you.
Oh, it was 1998, May of 98.
Close enough. Close enough.
Wow, man.
It was all downhill throughout 98 into 99. You get hit with 99 and everything was awful in 1999.
We should just do one of the videos we do next week, dude, is we just need to, or in 2 weeks, we just need to like one take, just go through, find a bunch of 90s songs, print out the tabs from Ultimate Guitar, and we'll just do a free jam session of all time.
You just want to burn money while you're doing it, while they demonetize it.
Oh,
I mean, neither of us are good enough to play music that gets demonetized. The robots will never be able to figure out what we're playing.
Universal or whatever, Def Jam is going to send the link to Gavin Rosdale, and he's like, "Hey, you want to do these guys?" And he's like, "No, we're going to lose money. These guys are terrible."
YouTube, I got
actually Gavin Rosdale might just hire you guys. He's always hiring bands.
I got a claim against one of my videos for playing my own damn song.
Are you on CD Baby or anything like that?
It was like released through CD Baby.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's my, and they kept trying to be like, well, you just have to log into the account. I'm like, it's on a compilation. I don't have the freaking login.
Yeah.
How's that legal?
I've got my band through CD Baby, and I've given up. I don't use my own songs and videos because they demonetized my whole video. It's like, I was going to make more money off this video than you were going to pay me. Why would I go through a middleman?
Do it through DistroKid because you can like put your stuff on the allow list. Like
okay, you've got a sponsor. We know.
Wow.
distrokid.com/VIP/get offset saves 7% on your first year of DistroKid.
Emily's getting all my business now. I'm going through all her affiliate links.
Thank you. I just found Sweetwaters. I get $10 every time someone signs up using that DistroKid link.
That's all. Tiffany says, what was the first band that got you into music that wasn't already classic?
Sorry.
For me, it was Guns N' Roses. She, I assume they say. I'll say they. That would make.
That's
better.
a good question. Like, what was the band? Because I cut my teeth playing like surf stuff,
Are you talking like stuff your parents were listening to, or like bands you started listening to after you, like, you know what I mean, like your first bands?
You know what? The thing that caused me to decide that I could even like approach a guitar and learn how to play is I saw a friend play "Smells Like Teen Spirit," and I watched his fingers move, and I was like, "Oh, well, I can do that. That's not hard."
I just told my little cousin, he wasn't sure if he could play the bass, and I was like, "You can definitely play the bass," and I showed him like some Pixies, and he was super excited.
There you go. Yeah, Pixies is a good bass band to jump onto.
Yeah.
Mine was
Definitely.
probably MXPX. I was definitely heavy on that, like mid-late 90s Christian pop punk scene stuff. Not even that heavy. Like I listened to a lot of MXPX and a lot of Five Iron Frenzy, and I guess not much.
Did you listen to Jars of Clay?
No.
I saw Jars of Clay play
Really?
Fair like the year that Flood hit, and it was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm saying this band played their radio song.
That's amazing.
But I didn't keep up on Jars of Clay after that. After Flood, like I know they had a bunch of other albums that
Are they still a band?
and I just didn't keep up on them because I was like, whatever.
No.
Flood kind of slaps though.
But I can still Flood is a good song that I learned how to play. It's one of the few songs I grab a capo to play. It's like, I've got a capo, I'm going to play Flood.
Jeez.
Nice.
You throw it on the 3rd fret, you're playing Flood. It's easy.
I feel like I saw someone from Jars of Clay. I don't know.
Good story, Steve.
So,
Please leave alone. Aw, he's trying.
I'll say MJD Brion says Christian pop punk was that a joke, because I don't know what the European pop punk scene looked like. I would say in the U.S.
Oh my gosh, it was all over the place.
From about 1995 to like maybe 2003 or so. The Christian music, I won't say the Christian music scene was dominant, but in terms of pop punk,
I'd say more than pop punk. Christian hardcore was all.
Yeah, it was a Christian hardcore.
You could not get away from Christian hardcore. Like you couldn't go to a hardcore show in Southern California that was not at least like 70% Christian, because every single band was like a Christian hardcore band. It was ridiculous.
Well, even like the labels, that was like the peak, probably around 2000, 2001 was like the peak. And I'm not counting Creed in this. Somebody mentions Basil Tiffany.
Like Switchfoot.
I'm talking about bands like, again, Five Iron Frenzy. Once you get into the metal side, you're talking about Under Oath, Absolutely Dying.
I mean, locally we had
Emery.
I have not thought about Under Oath in so long.
I feel like I saw these names on T-shirts and Hot Topic, but that's
NIV, Dogwood, Noise Ratchet.
I mean, and POD.
POD.
Oh, yeah, I remember POD. I liked POD.
POD was like
everyone loved POD. I mean, we all did.
And they played the same shows as all the hardcore bands.
I'm from the Southtown guys.
He is. He's from Chula Vista. That's where they're singing about when they sing about Southtown.
Really?
Yeah, Chula Vista.
So I saw one of my
maybe San Ysidro, but
one of the first concerts that I went to that I wasn't like there with my parents was Dogwood, NIV, and POD. And it was like this hardcore rap rock show, probably right around like 1996, 1998, somewhere in that range.
And probably the biggest out of these, so out of this whole scene that was going on, you had just out of San Diego, you had POD and Switchfoot, which I don't know how, I guess Switchfoot isn't.
I remember Switchfoot.
Hey, that's my wife.
I remember them. Yes,
they were big there for a while.
But to be clear to the listeners, Switchfoot is not Steve's wife. The video.
Yeah, we actually, my wife and I go to church with the dude from POD's mom.
Marco. That's amazing.
His mom goes to our church.
Yeah, and our good friend Meg was actually friends with Marco. So we're all connected. No big deal. No big deal.
But Switchfoot, POD, Reliant K, they're all bands that were like these Christian scene bands in the 90s, early 2000s.
Matt Hoops is from Reliant K, right?
Matt Hoops went to Marilyn Manson went to Matt Hoops school.
Yeah, they're all Ohio boys. Canton.
Oh, right.
Ain't nothing good in Canton, and I include the Football Hall of Fame as not good.
Sure.
But
no, this happens in Ohio.
Hey,
I'm from Ohio.
As they say in Canton, you can't.
My husband's from Ohio. I mean, I love people from Ohio.
Well, there's a reason I left.
Didn't Evanescence start off as Christian rock?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and they're still active. A friend of mine was hanging out with them in Nashville a while ago. I was like, I didn't know those guys are still together.
I'm in person friends. I'm a real friend with Jen, who is Evanescence's current guitar player.
Wait, Ryan, we probably have like mutual friends. That's weird.
We probably do. But
it was like
Jen is delightful. She's a wonderful person. I'm just not a fan of Evanescence.
Yeah, it was
I wasn't gonna say it, but like if you're okay, sure.
it was like
it's not my thing.
I never want to hear the song "My Immortal" again, but "Bring Me to Life" I will listen to in the car.
For its time, it was a banger.
You know, I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to listen. You know, we probably should at some point. We probably should listen to Evanescence, but I'm not going to choose to listen to it on my own. But if one of those songs came on, I'd probably listen to it. I'd probably listen to it all the way through and be like, "There it is. There's Evanescence."
It's nostalgic.
Yeah, totally.
Did Paramore start off as Christian? I'm just asking. I don't know.
They're definitely associated with that scene. Josh,
they feel Christian.
Yeah,
Josh,
that's what I'm saying.
She is Christian, and like she never like made like any. She's never like kept it a secret, but I don't think they ever identified as like a Christian band.
Right.
Josh Farrow, who was the original, my wife knows. I've forgotten the original. I think guitar player for Paramore wrote the song. I don't know who else is out there right now.
This Corbell stuff is gross.
Dude, just
champagne. It's gross.
Pass it over here.
You're gonna get COVID from me.
Whatever.
Try it with mayonnaise, Ryan.
Josh Farrow from Paramore wrote the song "This Is Amazing Grace" with Phil Wickham.
What? I didn't know that. He wrote that with Phil?
With Phil Wickham, Josh Farrow from Paramore. Phil Wickham stole Ryan's bike.
That bastard.
I forgot
Wow.
the lie that I concocted because it sounded so hilarious to me. Like there was a period of time where we were hanging out with people who were hanging out with Phil Wickham.
Wait, that's a lie?
It's a total lie.
I've been telling people that for 15 years.
It's obviously a lie.
I don't know that.
That's just the Maury Povich shit.
Wow.
Okay?
Every time we play a Phil Wickham song at church, I'm like, this guy stole Ryan's bike.
Because like
people are like, who the hell's Ryan? I'm like, don't worry about it.
We were in this social circle together where like people were always name dropping Phil because they knew him. And I was like, oh, I'm going to jump in on this. I'm like, oh yeah, Phil Wickham stole my bike one time. And it was like, my whole story was like, yeah. And it was like really crazy because he was too small for it. And he just didn't fit on it as he like rode it.
Dude is like 5'7".
And I'm 6'3". Like he can be whatever size he is. I don't care. But the idea of him riding away on a bike that's, you know, set up for my size is hilarious to me.
I don't even think I can ride your bike, and I'm 6'2".
I've got you'll probably be fine because I'm tall in the midsection.
Dude, it's a joke.
You're tall in the legs.
But the
divorced guys.
Seriously though, Phil Wickham stole my bike, and as he rode away, it looked funny because he was too tall for it.
The real story is that Phil Wickham and I used to have the same hairdresser, and I was getting my haircut while
hairdresser,
hair stylist. Hair person, hair cutter,
hair artist.
No judgment, Steve.
I was getting my hair cut in our friend's kitchen, and Phil Wickham's just sitting there in a chair, and he's just like, hey, so whatever. And I'm just like, who the hell is this guy? Why is he wearing a wife beater to a haircut? That's my Phil Wickham story. The end.
Good Phil Wickham story, Steve.
At least it's true, though.
Yeah,
that is a true story.
Yeah,
Except
not a total lie.
It might have been a regular white t-shirt. People used to think Phil Wickham was Mexican, but it was really just that he would never shave.
Oh my gosh, your wife thought it was true too. I've got to call people.
You guys have some records straight.
That my Phil Wickham story was an obvious lie.
You would tell
Ryan, you've
Ryan's
betrayed your
next
closest
video.
friends.
Because everyone was name dropping Phil all the time, and to be like, well, this is my way of like derailing this Phil story that people.
All right, in 2 weeks we're gonna get together. We're gonna do a walkthrough of a Phil Wickham song, and you're gonna tell all of YouTube that Phil Wickham did not steal your bike.
You gotta play like the sad music and be like, I've got a confession to make.
Mm-hmm.
I think my goal back, I was just so you guys know.
Hold on, Nick broke a string.
The reason I'm so good at dealing with trolls on the internet is because I used to be a troll. I know how that works.
Hey, do we need a?
I'm not surprised.
We need to wrap up.
Emily's like, I know.
No, we got plenty of time. It caps out at 2 hours. We'll publish.
The audio
I don't
portion.
care, dude. We'll do a 2 hour episode.
All
Who
right,
cares?
whatever. Maybe
More ads or something?
My goal.
Do you have any more ads?
We haven't done any sponsors. We should do sponsors in a minute.
Snap!
I bought my guitar from Sweetwater recently. It's great. I love it. So,
What'd you get?
I don't know.
Their affiliate
I
link?
bought my American Performer Mustang from
Oh,
Sweetwater. It was
Nice.
awesome. Yeah, I love it. Is that an ad? I don't know. Can we keep talking?
Here, let's pay some bills and put out some sponsor stuff. Let's do them both at the same time.
All right.
An hour and 15 minutes in. Huge thanks to Chase Bliss Audio for sponsoring this podcast, even though this episode is a total mess, a New Year's disaster. Chase Bliss Audio, they make pedals more creative than you are. Go check out their new reverb. What is it, the 1978?
The CXM 1978.
I got the year right.
Yes.
The CXM 1978. It's an amazing studio quality reverb. That's a throwback to a reverb that costs a billion times more than what you would pay Chase Bliss Audio.
Maybe.
And the sliders move around, and it's all crazy and stuff. And it's a collab with Maris, right?
Yes, with Maris.
So go check that out. Check out all their other stuff. Go watch my video where I lampoon knobs with some.
How do you handle that?
I don't know. I didn't see Knobs comment on it. I didn't see Knobs repost it.
Because he's bigger than us. He doesn't care what we do.
He doesn't know what we do. He's up on his ivory tower. He'll never know what we do down here.
Wow.
Actually,
Whoa.
you guys,
He's a pretty nice guy to talk to. We had him on.
I know you had him on your show, Emily, so you've got to say nice things about him. I've got to say,
No, I don't.
I have to just be honest. My channel, even though like in numbers per video, in plays and overall plays, 60 Cycle Hum is a bigger channel than Knobs.
Oh my gosh.
Just saying.
Don't.
Because you release 7 videos a week.
No, we get 500,000 plays a month, and he gets under 200,000 plays a month.
Again, you publish 5 videos a week.
Yeah, we get 500,000 plays per month. He gets 500,000 plays per video.
The secret is quantity, not quality. Okay, guys?
You taught me that, Ryan.
Big ear pedals. We love to see it.
Yeah, this episode's also brought to you by Big Ear Pedals, our favorite.
Hey!
They're just watching in Nashville on their phone right now. They don't have any
Yeah.
power.
Apparently the power is out.
The power is out?
Yeah.
Well,
In Nashville?
They're huddled under a blanket in the basement, they said.
Oh no.
They said it earlier. I just remembered it.
I don't know what Andy is commenting to us privately, but Andy is commenting to us privately. So
We know-
hi, Andy.
I hope it's Andy Kim.
I hope it's all 3 of the Andys that I hope it is. So anyways, Big Ear Pedals. They sponsored this episode. They actually pretty much paid for the champagne. Grant sent us money that paid for this $90 bottle of champagne. So thank you, Grant.
Wow.
I'll never do that again.
Yeah.
Robert McDowell, he's in the chat right now. He sent us a bunch of money earlier in the year.
That's great.
And I originally intended for this to be paid for by Robert. But guess what, Robert? You paid for our tuxedo shirts. You paid for the caviar. You paid for other extensive, extravagant stuff that we're going to do in the future. Grant just happened to send us $90, which is exactly what that fancy champagne costs. So huge thanks to Big Ear Pedals for once again supporting our show with a generous gift. And huge thanks to everyone else who has helped the show out, who has contributed, who's joined on and hung out with us during COVID times, during these live videos and stuff. The community aspect, which Grant is part of, yes, it has kept me going anyways. Like it really means a lot to me that we all get to hang out and we all get to be, together during these times, even if it's just virtually. So
we gotta, just to wrap all of the housekeeping-ish stuff up at once, we do have a couple new
do that.
supporters on Patreon. I'm not going to hit them this episode. I'll do them next time because this is just whatever, And but I do want to say, I want to thank actually everyone who jumped on the StreamYard link tonight. We're going to go for another about 40 minutes. But thanks everyone who jumped on. And if anyone in the chat, anyone who sees this video, listens to it, if you want to support the show, for $1, for $1,000, realistically, we have $1, $5, $10, I think $25, which I set up as a joke, and then people just did it. Head on over to patreon.com/60cyclehomecast. And
Robert McDowell, he's great.
Everything that we do either gives me leverage to continue doing the show, or goes into redoing the wall. I know Ryan has talked about we're talking about revamping this space this year to make it kind of a less of a guitar center and more of something.
I want to make it look. I want to make it look like Pee Wee's Playhouse back here. I don't know.
I think you guys should do green screen.
Well, that's my dream, is to have it be whimsical and crazy and completely different from every other channel out there.
You need a Fender. What's it? Rampart if you want to make this look like Pee Wee's Playhouse.
What was I gonna say? I don't even remember. I'm too drunk on champagne, guys. This is ridiculous.
It's because of your diabetes med, dudes.
Well, I didn't take my diabetes meds yet.
Emily's face. She was like,
out of my other meds.
Is it because you're keto? Because when I did keto, I felt like I was getting really drunk really fast.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Are you still doing keto?
I feel like I'm more of a lightweight now. It might be because of keto.
There's carbs there to absorb the booze.
This has been kind of a crazy year. I was thinking about it earlier. In this year, I found out I was diabetic in like January of last year. I started using cannabis to help me sleep, thanks to Grant.
I do that every single night.
It's honestly, it's been a miracle for me.
I'm on 1,000 milligrams right now on an edible. 1,000 milligrams. It's dope. I love it.
There's a lot.
Okay, that's a lot.
Oh, yeah, I'm great. I took it for a migraine, but I'm fine.
10 knocks me on my ass.
10? Yeah, I know.
I get the 20 milligram tabs and I split them in half because 10 is enough to allow me to sleep. It doesn't make me feel really much else. Like I don't feel like a buzz off of it, but 10 helps. 10 lets me sleep. Like 20, definitely I feel a buzz off of it. I got a vasectomy in the last year, so that's new.
That's 2021.
And then
like a hot topic too.
COVID happened. I don't know what else happened in 2020. Like there's good things. Like everyone has been bitching and moaning about 2020, but there's things that happened that are significant to me that weren't like
Fender sent you guitars.
Huge. Fender sent me guitars. That was new for 2020.
Can I throw out one that?
Absolutely.
It's you. My wife survived cancer.
Hey!
She had breast cancer, and she's cancer free and all good. It was a rough 2019, and then going into that one, 2020 is like, oh god, now we got to be extra careful. So
oh my gosh.
We're hermits most of the time. That's why I have all these things to keep me out.
Oh yeah.
And ask me anytime to show you the Jetsons one.
I noticed you changed your camera angle there, Surfy Sonic. To
yeah. You know, I'm trying to thin the herd. So
I think there's a lot going on where we're all sitting at home, sitting on our hands, just and we're just buying guitars.
You know, Ryan, you're the worst influence by meaning the best influence. You and Emily both got into my head, and I'm like, all right, I'll get the M Pro 2 with the maple neck, the Miami Blue. It's a beautiful guitar. I hate it. I don't like it. The push knob, it goes up like half an inch. And
yeah, it does go up pretty far.
I love the color. So I'm going, so this is my mental case head. Okay, what can I do to keep this? What can I take out? And by the time I think of modifications, it's not the same guitar. So I might as well just sell it. So I'm just going to sell, but it's worth a try. But the maple neck's a little too harsh for me, for my surfy needs. And
wait, what kind of guitar is this?
It's the American Professional 2 Jazzmaster.
Oh, the Jazzmaster.
Yeah,
cool.
I have the.
Dang, look at Emily showing it off like Vanna
Hers
White.
is lovely.
Nice. I'm sorry. I wanted to. I just went back there to grab Ryan's because I heard today that the American Pro 2 Jazzmaster has a satin finish. That's not a satin finish
on the neck.
No.
It doesn't feel like a satin
on the
finish.
back of the neck.
A little bit, yeah. On
you don't think so?
Sure.
The fretboard is glossy. The back of the neck is satin.
Right.
Yeah.
It is.
Man, a Jazzmaster should not have a maple neck, in my opinion. They just look so goofy.
I gave it a try, and I was like, yeah, this is not working for me. So I'm back to my Vintera, which I'm actually going to do some crazy modifications. I discovered dark brown leather polish or stain, and I'm going to stain over that nasty Pal Faro milk chocolate. And it's also
I love using leather dye
and
guitars.
You can lightly sand the dots. I love vintage guitar. I mean, you can't see it right now. I have a 66 Mustang here, but the one next to that is the 63 Jag, and I am just infatuated with the clay dot neck. And so with that stain, with not only darkening the fretboard, it will also stain the markers. So that's kind of cool.
Dang.
So,
that's a good idea. Pal Faro is such an ugly wood. I think
it plays nice.
It doesn't bother me. I've got two guitars with it. I'm fine.
It's not bad, but I'm just like, well, since I got to give up the M Pro, I want to upgrade the other one. So
I remember Venteras being a lot of fun when I got to try them a year and a half ago or something.
It's the only one I like. The neck. It's a chunkier neck. The other ones are just too slim for me. So
Ryan, you tried that Jag, right? That modified Jag.
You had the Squire. Was it the Squire VM?
Oh yeah, I had the vintage modified Jag.
Yeah, it was a Vintera. Yeah.
Actually, when I tried out those Venteras, it was at Summer NAMM a year and a half ago or something like that. I fairly soon after that bought the MIJ 80s Jaguar that I have, and I feel like it was a very similar feel when I bought the MIJ Jaguar. I was like, wow, this feels a lot like the Vintera that I just played not too long ago.
That's the Vintera right there. I took out the stock pickups and put in some pure vintage 65s, and it brought it to life. It's, of course, now I'm probably going to take those out. I just got some Lindy Fralin hum canceling I found used on Reverb, so I'm going to put those in instead. But yeah, it's a keeper.
Nick, I really wanted to get a Jazzmaster because Ryan, you got me back into playing surf.
Nice.
Even though I don't have a really good, I need a better reverb unit or something like that. But I've right now I'm only got a Strat, which is great. But I mean, I really want to get a Jazzmaster, but I've always been putting off getting one.
Well, what reverb are you using? Is what I was asking. Sorry.
Right now I just use the stock reverb in my amp.
Oh, okay.
The tank that came, but I wanted to get a Fender that one of their pedals, their reverb pedals, the green one. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
The mirror, the layered one.
Yes.
It doesn't do surf very well. It does a lot of ambient stuff well.
Yeah. It has all room and some special, but none of them are springs.
That was the one
I like the Ocean's 11. I would recommend that for surfing.
That's a good one, and it's got a lot of options.
I heard, Ryan, I watched your review on the other Fender one, the Traverb.
Yeah.
That sounded really good to me.
Can I recommend one?
I gotta go, guys. Have a
Yeah.
year.
Bye, Emily.
I'm a huge fan of Mr. Black's Deluxe Plus. It's a little darker, but it's got tremolo and reverb, and I go to that more often than I've got reverb units out the wazoo here, and I just love that darker tone. It's really killer.
Yeah,
I'm also a big fan of the Ocean's 11. I think if you're looking for a quick and dirty into surf sounds, like the Ocean's 11 is a really good vibe.
It's very hissy. Like, I've used it. I have one. Like, wait. Well, it's on my board, but like, it's just wicked hissy with my whole rig. Like,
Nick, can you also tell us what happened when you broke that string earlier? Like the full story, the drama.
I was just literally just playing, just vibing.
I bet you dive bombed on that trem too hard, didn't you? You went too EV8 on the trem.
I pick like with my fingers a lot, and like the Mustang bridge, I hate it because they just pop out of the saddles all the time.
Shots fired at Mustang bridges.
I mean, I used to have a Jaguar, and I used a Tune-o-matic on that, and it worked pretty well. But I mean, I used a vibrato now. So,
what's that thing you have right in your hands right now? What is that?
It's a guitar.
It is a guitar. It has 6 strings. It's a Sakova. It's a Japanese guitar from the 60s.
Okay. That looks like the same head.
I believe it's Anna style. Like,
does the guy from the Master use one of those? Do you know? Or what? No, Somersault. Is that the band's name? There's a band, I think. They've got one of those on the cover.
Sakova was one of probably a lot of the that.
This is
it's
a guitar
literally the same thing. Oh my god.
Grant from Big Ear sent me, if he's still in the chat. This is a Barclay, same exact headstock, different body.
It's kind of a water style body. Just different badges nailed to them.
Yeah.
Different time. I'm trying to get a arm for this. I got this off of Facebook Marketplace because I traded. Oh god, I traded a Deja Vibe. Yeah, this thing still has the original electronics. It does pops and farts and all that stuff, but
it looks like those hot dog pickups that you were showing today earlier. Those are cool.
Hot dog pickups.
From those
from High Spirit.
High Spirit, yeah.
I've got it right here. Look at that.
I'll see your Jetsons in reach.
Look at that pink guitar. What is happening?
I published the video for this today. Go watch the video.
Oh my god, I will.
It looks like a Hagstrom.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's really wonderful.
Look at that beautiful blue guitar that Surfy Sonic has.
Oh yeah,
it's Sonic Blue.
Oh dang!
Is that a guild?
Sonic Blue, I love it.
Oh my gosh, no! It is a. Wait a minute. You see that sign above the door? It's a Gresh.
Oh, it's a Gresh. Okay.
This is a. Whoa.
There we go.
It's larger than life. And this is my Jetsons homage because it's a surfing spacey guitar.
Oh
it's a 65 to 68 body that was found. They found a whole bunch of these mahogany bodies, and somebody started selling them on eBay. I bought this body for like $70.
Wow!
$75.
Wow!
Then somebody on the Gresh pages, another forum, he offered to make necks, and he made the traditional 4-2 combo. That's positioning. Yeah, Astro. I renamed it the Astro Sonic because it's not a true Gresh. It's got TV Jones, Tiarman's Mastery Bridge with the Mastery. There it is. UFO tip. You know, because it's all spacey.
Yeah.
So
that's a really
That
cool.
is an amazing guitar.
it's thank you. It's a keeper. My guitar tech, who's a good friend of mine, I kind of came up with the idea and he just kind of made it all happen. And now I'm busy refinishing and mangling, making horrible. Every refinished project I've been doing just seems to get worse and worse. However, I've met with, Telecasters. They're supposed to be easy. No, they are the ones they're just polished messes. But I just did a shell pink on a jazz bass, and it actually is looking nice. And I'm gonna redo the Ventera because I'm insane, and I might either go Daphne Blue or Fiesta Red. But I know how to do a good headstock.
I feel like I finally hit the place in my life where every time I look at a guitar and think about refinishing it, I can talk myself out of it. Like, well, you've done it before. Don't do it again. And I'm like, okay, yeah.
Ryan, I took a page out of your book and I painted this knockoff Strat that I had with nail polish.
Nice.
And it looks really fun, but it just smells so bad. It's awful. I've had it in my garage for like 2 weeks now.
I always think it's funny whenever my wife paints her nails. It's like, oh, that smell is so awful, and she's totally fine with it. But whenever I do like resin work on my surfboards or something like that, then she's the one complaining, and it's essentially the same smell. It's the same
smell, but times a million.
It takes over the house in the same way, but it's like because you're not the one doing it, it means something different to you.
Wise in the chat, pipe up. What do we
guys? Have you guys ever seen the Dave's guitars? They got a special run of 62 reissue Jazz Masters, and their headstock, matching headstocks, surf green, seafoam, Sonic Blue, and Fiesta Red. And they have the clay dots, which is, again, what I'm completely obsessed over, even though it's not even real clay. It's just, But they're $2,200, and I'm just like, and the neck is a slim C, so I know that won't make me happy. So I'm going to go, poor man, and do the shoe polish or dark stain, leather stain, and redo the Ventera. So, because I'm insane. But
I used wall paint on this.
Which kind?
Just like house paint that you put on your wall.
Oh, whoa! You did it yourself?
It was a satin. Yeah. Only the front, but yeah, wall paint.
My brother is a house painter. Like he paints houses and commercial buildings and stuff like that. And he was asking me like, "Hey, if I got a rig to like paint guitars, do you think there's any money in that?" And I was like, "Well, guitar refinishes kind of run between like $250 and $500, and they take all this work, and you have to get the details just right." And he's like, "Oh, okay, never mind."
Well, finish is super smooth and it's super durable. If you want to do a really quick refin job, I would recommend it.
Just house paint.
Yeah, just house paint. You
I want my Mustang to be pink so bad, but I'm so scared of ruining the finish.
Just do it.
My worst one.
Just like Photoshop your guitar. Like, yeah, it's pink, no problem.
Okay.
Easier than painting it.
Okay.
Things went horribly wrong, but it's a keeper. It's a Lake Placid Blue.
The blue telly there.
It was a black, one of those, replacement bodies, black poly, and I heat gunned off the wood. And I clearly stayed too long in certain parts, and so it shows through the paint and everything, and it's but it's mine. I'll hang on to it.
Put it up real quick. Let's see it full screen real quick.
Oh, okay. Lake Placid Blue, matching headstock.
Everything good on YouTube.
Yeah, it looks good with.
I love it. That's a beautiful Telecaster.
Any LPV tortoiseshell pickguard is awesome.
Looks
I don't
good.
expect to be perfect because I'm a punker kind of guy anyway. So
Exactly.
it's all good.
Patrick, what do you have directly behind you? There's some kind of, is it a Guild headstock?
No, it's an Ibanez.
It's an Ibanez headstock. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
what kind of Ibanez is that, dude?
Oh, okay. It's one of the art cores.
Yeah.
Yeah, just an art core.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, he's got Ghostbusters toys back there and all sorts of other fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, when all of this started earlier in the year, I had slat wall and stuff, and I decided to set up my basement like a toy store.
That's cool.
You know, I had bins full of toys, so why not? But,
they look great.
I still have those Star Trek toys you gave me. Because the thing is I'm in a tiny little condo. I don't have anywhere to put them. So when you set up your Pee Wee Herman house in here, let's find space for those.
What is going on with Bruce's camera?
Oh, sorry,
Satan has joined the chat.
Whoa!
The party started.
Is that Bruce Kumquat?
It's Bruce Cthulhu.
I
You guys
love.
ever see like Prince of Darkness? Like I think that's happening right now.
I love this.
I'm gonna have a seizure. don't mind me. I'm just over here having a seizure.
Patrick, I got a little bit of a display thing going on. It's some nerdy things.
Bruce, was this planned? Is this a video you're playing for us?
I wouldn't. If that is Bruce Kumquat, I wouldn't be surprised by anything that he's doing.
Wow.
What do you got, Surfy? What are we looking at?
Sorry. Just my. Oh, I shouldn't have eaten that tonight. Oh well, that's a stage. Oh, well.
Oh wow, your room goes all the way around. Guitars all the way.
Oh yeah, man.
Wow.
I'm a sick man. I'm very sick. That's my shell pink. That's in process now. The bass. I was just showing. I don't know if I can go too close, but it's a lot of gaming and Austin Powers figures and Tick and.
Oh, nice.
Austin Powers.
Some Matchbox I found at a used place and got all these cool little cars. Simpsons. I'm a big man child basically, so my wife tolerates me. I don't know why.
Amazon canceled the Tick reboot that they had.
Oh, I know, it broke my heart. It was
another cliffhanger. That's the worst part.
They brought in The Boys, which is a fun show too.
Yeah.
Why not both? The Tick and The Boys. Like, why cancel one? The
crossover.
The Tick was so good. They were doing
so much fun. That was
awesome. Really good. He nailed the comic book or the cartoon version.
Yeah.
The Townsend Coleman version of the guy who was in Shaun of the Dead. He was the roommate that turned into a zombie.
Oh, hell yeah.
Looks like Bruce has got his stuff more.
Yeah, I did.
Oh God, here comes Bruce. Here we go.
It's still glitching here and there, but it's. I love the shirt, Bruce.
Maybe we're all getting the acid trip.
Someone got the music playing in the background.
I think it's Bruce.
It's definitely Bruce. Because he's just like an Adult Swim character. He's like a 4 a.m. come to life.
I feel like we should tackle another ad.
You got an ad? Let's smash an ad.
Let's smash an ad.
I got a hunger.
What? Whoa. How did that happen?
Whoa. Oh, dude, this one.
I love this thing. I love this.
So what?
This is a pedal board with a built-in wedge monitor.
This is a beast of a pedal board. It's big, ugly, and heavy, lol. It's made from birch. Anytime I see the word birch, sometimes I just want to call it britch or it just...
It's made out of a bitch. So
yeah.
Just
butch.
Built-in birch guitar cabinet with 12-inch woofer. I have no idea what woofer is in there. I don't know. Take the top off, maybe.
Hey, calm down, Steve.
It hasn't been used in 3 years.
Eyes up here, mister.
I'm a pedal board.
Used.
Not an object.
Oh my God. Like a guitar monitor / pedal board. You can also mount a small tube amp on top of the flat part of the pedal board, and it can be used as a complete acoustic or electric setup. Speaker can be removed / flipped around to point to the crowd. There is a retractable handle and rolling wheels. Ooh, rolling wheels.
You're gonna need rolling wheels with a board this size with a pedal board built into it.
Has removable slotted metal plates, and some other stuff that I don't care about.
Nice.
It doesn't make sense to me anymore because it's huge. maybe someone else gets some use out of this beast. So somebody posted this in the Facebook group. Did you pull this off of Facebook?
It's from Chase Cameron Wood posted it in the Facebook group.
Yeah. And my thought when I saw this was I could have used this like 4 years ago.
Imagine this in your car, though. Imagine
Oh yeah.
Imagine the mentality of like, I don't really trust the venue to have their own floor wedge, so I'm going to incorporate a floor wedge into my pedal board. It is ridiculous. What do you want me to do, Steve?
Bruce was saying some words, but I don't know what they were.
I muted Bruce because he's got music playing or something.
Yeah, I turned it off.
Oh, thank you, Bruce.
This is terrifying. I hate this.
So, all I want to say about this is a few years ago, this was like 2, 3, 4 worship pastors ago. We were this is when you had the Pod XT.
Yeah, that would have been nice then. This would have been nice.
We were all running direct, but the thing is I could never, because we were sharing monitors.
Yeah,
I could never get as much bass as I wanted through the monitors.
So because the Pod XT would allow like 2 outputs on it, I would run my own monitor off of the Pod XT into like a Gorilla amp that I had.
Yeah, I ran my board, which was a modest bass board, into a crate.
You can
power block.
There you go.
I forgot what it was called because I've been using it so long. I have a crate power block at home, into a Fender 150 watt wedge monitor. But this would have been the perfect solution for that.
Totally.
And I would run the DI to the board, and I would run the speaker out to this single wedge monitor. When I saw this, people were like, "Oh, this is insane. This is stupid. Whatever." I'm like, "No, this is what I need in my life."
The doctor phoned him yesterday afternoon about
what is
What is going on?
Mother?
Is there another show going on at the same time?
It was Bruce.
Hey, Grant got power.
Power time. Congratulations, Grant. You got power.
Hey.
Gosh, Karen.
I just look at this and I can't imagine packing it. Like a pedal board is supposed to be portable. You you pack it up and take it. Imagine throwing this in your car. Like it's a pain in the ass.
Yes, I think in the listing they said it was like 26 pounds.
Holy hell.
Without
pedals.
Without pedals. So by the time you slap everything on there, this is like, I don't know, 50 pounds.
Do you think it has one of those retractable luggage case handles on the other side? Then it would not be so.
It almost has to.
Well, it has
got the roller wheels on it.
You need wheels to move this thing around. It's got
wheels on it.
Did you grab any of the other pictures?
I didn't, because it was just more of the same. It showed the handle, but
it's just a regular handle.
Who cares? Like,
it's not retractable.
Who cares about the rest of it? You can see everything you need to see in this one picture.
I think my favorite dumb feature about this is that you can flip the speaker around. Yeah. So, if you're at a coffee shop and doing an acoustic gig, that works. But for everywhere else, it's like, my guitarist got a Marshall half stag and my bass player's got a Ampeg 8x10, but I've got this flip around wedge, the EHX Magnum 44.
And I take it back to the 21st century that we're in. It's like there's your flat response speaker right there. You run a whole like HX stomp rig off of this. You don't need an amp anymore. So you're running one output into that wedge and you're running the other output into the front of house, and you don't even need an amp. This is your amp and your pedal board.
I mean,
this is a perfect thing for a busker.
Yeah.
Get your pedal board amp, get your pedals, plug it in. You could haul it around with you or whatever, set up outside in front of the whatever noodle shop or whatever, and just start playing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, here in San Diego, they have a rule against using amplified devices for busking.
Oh, don't even get me started, Ryan. I will. No,
Total
don't
BS.
start.
I hate it. I'm so angry at it. Steve and I, well, me and Steve and our buddy Adam, we used to busk together, and we had this whole rig of multiple amps that would run off of a car battery. And we're probably the reason why that rule exists now.
You're drunk.
I'm drunk. What is he talking?
Who's eating?
What
Bring it up for
I
everyone.
don't know.
What is that sound?
What's up? Yeah, what's going on?
Who is doing that? Who is
Hands up.
crumpling up like plastic? Is there a cat in the chat?
Ronan, what are you playing? You pulled out a guitar. What is that?
Did you bring enough for everyone?
Oh, it's SG.
This is SG that he painted
right.
with house paint.
Now I remember.
Okay, guys,
Sorry.
we've got 10 minutes left. I feel like we should all try to say something deep before the end of this episode.
There's nothing deep.
To bring us into 2020. Like, what's your deep thought?
2021.
Stay
You
healthy,
boys look
stay alive.
sexy in those tuxedo shirts.
I like this.
I'm going to wear this tuxedo shirt off.
Now that I've drank an entire bottle of Corbel, this shirt is very comfortable.
Any other final last words before we call it a show?
Something deep. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, you guys are the hosts. What are your deep thoughts?
I don't have any.
They're drunk.
No,
I'm drunk on $100 worth of champagne, and 10 of that is Corbel.
I think 2021. You know, people have asked if I'm on the short list for a vaccine. I'm not. Though I am an essential worker, whatever the hell that means these days.
I feel pretty essential. I make videos.
Someone's got to entertain the
Good
people.
videos.
What's it? Panem and Circa.
I kind of would like to get the vaccine. I'm not like a huge like medicine boy, but I kind of would like to get the vaccine. I'm technically scheduled to do some travel this month.
Yeah, you are.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Wait, is that before or after we hang out?
After.
After, okay.
Yeah.
I just like getting shots. It turns me on.
What?
Hey, be like Ryan and
What?
be a diabetic. You'll get shots all the time.
Yeah. Apparently, Steve
No, I'm
likes
just kidding.
being penetrated in the vein.
I actually I actually don't mind getting a shot.
I
It
hate
doesn't feel great. I don't know what Steve's talking about. Like, I'm not like, oh yeah, give me more of that. It's not that bad.
There's a way to get it.
I'm just like, Doc, you're only going to go in once? Like, come
Oh my
on
gosh.
now.
See what kind of shots are you getting?
I want to wait and see which one's the most effective before I get mine.
Steve, those aren't shots.
I don't mind
Oh,
like
man.
the blood testing needle for diabetes because it's
Yeah.
quick over. It's the injection where like a needle stays in me for a while. That drives me absolutely bonkers. I told my dentist that I don't like needles, and she took that to mean that I don't like the pain of injection. And so she has a thing that she does where she slowly slides the needle in and then slowly
That sounds worse.
torture the morphine, and it lasts like she did this once because she was like, "How do you feel about needles?" I was like, "I don't really like them. Please, like, just get it over with." And this process that she has took like 2 minutes of a needle being inside of me. And when it was over, I was like, "Don't ever do that again. That was hell." And I had to tell her every single time, like every time I get a filling or whatever, it was like, "No, just like cram it in there as fast as you can get it. Just like inflate me with morphine. I do not care, or Novocaine, whatever it is. Like I do not want to have a needle inside me for
Is
longer.
Steve dead?
Needs
Did
to
you
be.
kill Steve? No, okay. He just wasn't moving.
He
I
was
wasn't sure if he was breathing
to
for a second.
inject me with a Posca pen.
Oh, dude. Racer says Jaeger shots. I could go for some Jaeger shots right now.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Jaeger is my jam.
I've got some Ballast Point
Dude.
Opa, which is
Yeah,
Jaeger.
you do. I remember when you got that.
Steve's gonna sleep in my tent. I bought Ballast Point Opa from a garage sale,
Right, that's right. Yeah.
which is basically like fancy pants Jaeger.
Wow.
Well, Steve is lit. I don't know about the rest of you.
Bruce said you had your hand up.
Drinking water.
You had something?
Let's solo Bruce. Bruce, say your piece for 2020, 2021. I unmuted. There you go. You're unmuted.
No, I think that's
being nice to people, man. That's all it takes. Just be observant and help someone out.
Absolutely. I love it. Yeah. 2021, be nice to people.
Yeah.
It's a good
don't cough on them.
And don't cough.
Don't cough on people. Good rule of thumb.
I'm going to spit. I'm going to get
never spit.
I'm going to make it a goal for 2021 to stop coughing on people because that's like my thing. Steve is pointing at all the things he wants me to check. There's all these private chats he wants me to check. I don't know. All right, guys.
Man, if you cough on people in general, what the hell?
Unless someone asks for it, like a spitting thing.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
If they're into that.
You know what? I bet after all this, there are going to be people who have a coughing fetish. Like, yeah,
there's absolutely already a fetish. Like, I guarantee if you look on sites right now, there's like COVID fetish.
I love a good hack.
There's this whole. Sorry, who am I cutting off?
I apologize. I forgive you, Steve.
I actually wanted to cut people off. Is this the first time you've ever gotten 9, where we can do the Brady Bunch, or?
Did you? I think this is the first time I've seen this layout, but I think we maxed out at 10 one time.
Yeah, you set something up. I think you did
10 ruins it.
The 10 ruins it. Yeah, absolutely.
Am I Alice? All right.
Yeah. Guess what? And curls.
It's pretty nice the way it's squared. I think 9 should be the max. This is the most, right?
I think with 10 they go 5 and 5.
I wouldn't let another person in here because you guys are special, and one more person is special.
I love you guys. I don't know half of you, or more than half, but I love you all.
I don't know any of you. You're all wonderful. Though.
Happy New Year.
All right, guys.
Pleasure surfing.
I just want to say before we sign off, somewhere out there's someone who has a COVID fetish.
Steve's admitting to it.
Thank you, Steve, for getting my message across to the people.
There's a big question about whether or not you can get COVID twice. There's already someone who's had it like 7 times. I'm just being honest here. Let's be honest.
Going for vaccines, I think you have to wait for the second one too before you start being a nut. So, be careful.
That's right.
Thanks, everyone. 2020 has been a crazy year. We've grown. I think at the beginning of the year, we set out to have 100 Patreon. I set out to have 100 Patreon. We actually do have 90 Patrons. We got picked up 30 or 40 people this year.
Wow.
Whether or not anyone in the chat is one of them, I don't really care. If you joined the StreamYard link tonight, thank you so much. Because you are showing your support for us by showing your face on YouTube. This is a super big deal for us. What did we start, like maybe 30K this year, 40K this year?
Oh, I don't even remember.
We probably increased a good 50% this year. So thanks everybody. We've had a good 2020 for the channel. And here's to 2021.
Here's to 2021. Maybe we'll double this year, or maybe we'll cut the subscribers in half.
Or maybe
I just want to go back to work.
Maybe we'll just kill CBT. I don't know.
Oh man, we should get in a feud with Stevie T. You think he would feud with us?
No.
I'd rather feud with Stevie 504.
Yeah, because he's cool.
Yeah. He's cool.
You guys have a good one.
He doesn't.
That Irish dude is already going to fight Stevie T. So.
Hi, Bruce. Was Bruce a person? That was wild.
Later.
Appeared in like an LSD shirt, just saying the wildest things. Playing music.
Bruce isn't Pooh Ninja, they need to be friends.
Oh, it's Pooh Ninja.
So if that was the Bruce that I think it is, this is Bruce Kumquat, and he's a notoriously wonderful rascal on the internet. So
I think so.
All right, so for the people who are going to see the video, we're going to once we end the broadcast, the chat will keep going. We'll keep it going. This chat, the text chat won't. The video chat will.
What Steve is trying to say is
grounded.